Welcome once again to Commander by Danon. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Joel. Huge thanks to Joel and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Joel reached out asking for a monk deck led by the Archimandrite, and I was more than happy to help build it for him. If you're enjoying my content, please like and subscribe. I really appreciate the support, and if you like the deck list, consider sharing this video as well. The Archimandrite is a 5-mana 0/5 legendary human advisor. At the beginning of our upkeep, we gain X life, where X is the number of cards in our hand minus 4. Additionally, whenever we gain life, each advisor, artificer, and monk we control gains vigilance and gains plus X plus 0 until the end of turn, where X is the amount of life we gained. Finally, we may tap 3 untapped advisors, artificers, and/or monks we control in order to draw a card. So the Archimandrite wants us to run a bunch of specific creature types in order to pump them or use them to draw cards. We also want to ensure that we have life gain in the deck. Now, our deck will focus on attacking, so maybe something that gives all of our creatures lifelink? But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. In addition to deck boxes and sleeves, Ultimate Guard also makes the beautiful mat pod. My issue with pods has always been the shape. I keep expecting them to roll off the table. But this one, with its ingenious shape, doesn't roll. At least not very far. If you're tired of your mats getting damaged when they're shuffled into your backpack, consider picking up a mat pod from your local game store, or click on the link down below to visit Ultimate Guard's Amazon store. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. One last announcement before we get into our video. In addition to streaming on Twitch, I will be dual streaming on a new YouTube channel as well. Check out Gaming with Danon if you want to catch me live. Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, Scalding Tarn, Arid Mesa, Flooded Strand, Misty Rainforest, Wooded Foothills, Marsh Flats, Rogran Triome, Steam Vents, Sacred Foundry, Hallowed Fountain, Training Center, Spectator Seating, Sea of Clouds, Storm-Carved Coast, Sundown Pass, Deserted Beach, Sulphur Falls, Clifftop Retreat, Glacial Fortress, Thundering Falls, Elegant Parlor, Meticulous Archive, Scavenger Grounds, 4 Islands, 4 Mountains, and 4 Plains make up the land base for this deck. Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Creativity, Talisman of Conviction, Talisman of Progress, Izzet Signet, Boros Signet, Azorius Signet, Mind Stone, Sword of Hearth and Home, Thought Vessel, Decanter of Endless Water, and Smothering Tithe help us to ramp out and stay ahead of the curve. Abbot of Carol Keep, Gandalf of the Secret Fire, Jeskai Ascendancy, Whirlwind of Thought, Sphinx's Revelation, Faithful Mending, Jeska's Will, Seagate Restoration, Thrilling Discovery, Sun Titan, and Alhammaret's Archive help us to dig through our deck and keep our hands full. Swords to Plowshares, Dauntless Dismantler, Boros Charm, Lightning Helix, Heliod's Intervention, Path to Exile, Counterspell, Generous Gift, Absorb, and Sanctify help us to keep our opponents in line. Supreme Verdict, Austere Command, Farewell, and Cyclonic Rift help us to reset the board as needed. Soulfire Grandmaster, Rock's Faithmender, Shu Yun the Silent Tempest, Narset Enlightened Master, Student of Ojutai, Narset Enlightened Exile, Ojutai Exemplar, Mantis Rider, Monastery Swiftspear, Elsha of the Infinite, Monastery Mentor, Third Path Iconoclast, Ishai Ojutai Dragonspeaker, Sarah Ascendant, Jaya Fiery Negotiator, and Skywise teachings make up the core of our deck and how we plan on winning. Supporting our plan, we've also got Proph's Eidetic Memory, True Conviction, Ivory Tower, Venser's Journal, Akroma's Will, Aggravated Assault, Relentless Assault, and Aurelia the War Leader. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 51 mana sources split between 37 lands, 13 pieces of ramp, and 1 MDFC. 12 pieces of card advantage, counting our commander. 10 pieces of interaction. 4 board wipes. 1 piece of graveyard hate in Scavenger Grounds. 1 sudden I win card in Aurelia the War Leader. If you combine Aurelia the War Leader with Sword of Hearth and Home, you can have infinite combats. Obviously, you would want to equip a different creature than Aurelia. Allow me to explain this for new players. Aurelia the War Leader gives us an extra combat each turn if it's the first time she's attacked this turn. But Sword of Hearth and Home can flicker her, which means it's a new version of her. Which means, for Aurelia, this will be the first time she attacked this turn. Which means infinite combat steps. Our entire deck is built around gaining life, either incrementally or a ton all at once. But we're not a combo deck. The plan is to gain a bunch of life and outlast our opponents, eventually beating them to death with an army of giant monks. Cards like True Conviction, which are just cute in most decks, can close out the game in our deck ridiculously quickly. Remember, the Archimandrite increases the power of all of our monks whenever we gain life, equal to the amount of life we gained. So if we swing out with 2 of our monks, say Mantis Rider and Ishai Ojutai Exemplars, we would gain 7 life, assuming True Conviction is on board. That means the second hit from our double striking monks would deal 21 damage, because each would get +7/+0. Joel was worried that he wouldn't be able to get this deck to work, and I understand why. A deck like this is a balancing act between having enough creatures to trigger your commander, as well as enough support spells to ensure your monks can close out the game. I hope I achieved this balance, but he may need to do some fine-tuning. After all, every playgroup is a little bit different, and what works in one may get crushed in another. On the flip side, your average deck that you play with your high-powered friends might curb stomp another playgroup, which is the best thing about Commander. Every game is different, and we're all having fun in our own ways. Do you have an Archimandrite deck? What theme did you go with? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Deanon. You can have a video made, or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Danny, Muffins, Marcus, Squishy, Brett, Roxy, Sean, Pob Zombie, Mark, Borgie, Naswin, Pedro, Midge, Alex, Julio, Valeri, Conga, Ignis, RJ, Aaron, Chris, Robert, Joel, Brock, and Michael. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Deanon.